they're not going to need it anymore.
Right where it said it'd be. Well, you know what to do. Time to crack that sucker open and fire that missile. I think you've done that before.
valuable?
Hell yeah. That does the trick. Hey, explosive decompression, so we're good. It's going down!
Might as well take what we can.
Shoot! I give up! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold up! You got the wrong guy. I'm not Hannibal, I swear. I just work for him. I ain't lying. I'm telling you the truth. For real now. I ain't him. It's like this, see? Hannibal rarely goes out. But when he does, he goes under an assumed identity and leaves me in charge. Sometimes it's a Drastos, sometimes it's Chase, Jackie, Scotty, whatever. He's got 100 of them. It's one of the reasons he never gets caught. I'm just Deke. Deke Hansen.
Motherfuck. I don't want to believe him, but it makes sense.
Sure, I ain't got nothing to lose. Whole reason he does this is in case someone comes looking for him. He's gotta have at least a couple dozen other contingency plans even I don't know about.
Luckily, Adrastos, Hannibal, whoever the hell he is still on our ship. He didn't think that part through. What do you want to do with this guy? Your call, rookie. For what it's worth, I don't remember ever seeing a bounty for a Deke Hansen. Roger that. Okay, come on, Deke. You're coming with us.
Hello, trackers. By now you've probably found my associate Deke and learned that he is not in fact me, and that I am not who I said I was. Darn it, I know, right? Anyway, if you look out the window, you can see I'm taking your beautiful ship. Thanks, by the way. But don't worry, I won't leave you stranded. I'm not that bad a guy. You'll find a container nearby with a key to an old junker that should hold up long enough to get you home. I've left you some other goodies too, just so there's no hard feelings. It should unlock now. As for me, I think I'm out of the stolen ship business after this, so I won't trouble you anymore. So long, and thanks for playing.
Almost makes it hard to hate him. Almost. Well, we gotta get back to HQ. Let's see what he's left us and hope he's not luring us into a death trap.
Is it really necessary for you to drag around all that gear?
I don't want to hear it.
God damn, he wasn't kidding. This thing looks like it can barely fly. Still, that Hannibal is something else. Could have marooned us and left us to starve. At least we can get home.
I found something for you.
Grav jump restored, Captain. Weapons back online. We have shields back. We've detached. Let's get out of here.
Aquila would be a quaint world to retire on, if the damn wildlife wasn't so hostile.
Your ship's not half bad.
If I get called on one more drunkenness.
Any troubles you need to share? Glad to haul whatever you need. Don't stay away too long.
I hope you bring good news. I assume your return means you have successfully completed your mission. But where is Hannibal?
I'll let you say it, rookie.
Understood. In your evaluation, Roach, was it a flaw in the plan or the execution?
Neither. It was a failure of intel. We could only act on the information we had, and since the intel was bad, everything else went sideways. I'll fill you in later, but I suspect that was also somehow Hannibal's doing.
More importantly, Roach, how do you evaluate your partner's performance?
Even if we didn't catch our target, Rookie here did a good job. I stood back and advised. Rookie did most of the work. They'd make a good tracker.
I trust your endorsement, Roach. With that, your assessment is complete. Roach believes you did well. Welcome to the Trackers Alliance. Other bounties on the display will now be available to you. as will the downstairs lounge. There, you will find the elite bounty board, with tougher missions, as well as other amenities and resources. Lastly, you will choose a call sign. This is how other trackers will know you within the Alliance. It will obfuscate your identity and keep you safe. It is affirmed. Henceforth, you shall be known among trackers as Wraith.
You need anything, Bloodhound?
Look what the Astra dragged in. How's the kiddo, by the way?
She's doing good. She just lost another baby, too. She's really starting to read, too. Her dad's teaching
If it's
her.
advice you need,
How
then
about
advice
that?
I'll share.
I remember when she was yay high and could barely speak. Oh, bless your heart. You must be proud.
She's the light of my life.
I have seen death.
You know,
I have
she's
seen
why I'm not
tragedy.
out there anymore.
I have seen
Can't
more
let her
beg
out
for their
this
lives than I can count.
I'll just, have
But
to
what
live
I haven't seen
vicariously through the
is a
tragedies
fledgling
I've
tracker seemingly so willing
hear
and
that.
eager to speak with me so soon after joining.
You know.
What
anyone
knowledge
stupid
do you
enough
hope to
go
gain
after
from
your
our
girl will
interaction?
See us rain fire down on them faster and more ruthless than the wrath of hell itself.
Indeed,
I know.
a strong name.
All the same,
I
it's
am
time to get
Yama.
out anyway.
I borrow this name from the god of the dead, who judges the souls I usher to him. I must warn you, my advice may not be palatable. As long as you consider it, then my time is not wasted. If you are given the choice between bringing your targets in alive or dead, always choose dead. Criminal fugitives must be brought to justice, and the only way to truly serve that justice is to end their lives so that they can be judged fairly in the afterlife. Correct. A criminal fugitive is already trying to run from justice. They will do it again, if given the chance. It is in their nature. Would you allow even a slim chance that they escape again? Even if they turn from their criminal path, would you deny their victims true justice? You put your faith in humankind when I have seen it at its worst. Simply put, we are fallible, and as such, so is our justice system. Even if you do not believe in the divine, I doubt you could sleep well knowing a corrupt justice system allowed a criminal to escape when you had the authority to enact justice yourself. My stories are not for your amusement, but I will share one so that you may learn from my mistake. There was one time I decided to let a man live. He had a family, a wife, 3 children. He showed me a picture. They looked happy. He begged I let him live and spend the rest of his days incarcerated. So, at least he could see them occasionally and watch his children grow up from afar. He escaped from prison. He went home and murdered his entire family, and the family next door, and several others. By the time I found him again, he had killed himself, robbing me of the chance to pass him off to face his eternal judgment. Never again. There is not much I wish to divulge. Whatever you have heard about me is likely true. I do not bring back my targets alive. I aim for brutal efficiency. I do not work well with others. You must know, I do not feel the need to appease or delight anyone. I take jobs no one else wants, and I always get it done. That is my value. May the shadows guide your path.
Well, if it ain't, now what call sign did you take again?
Wraith? Oh, kinda spooky. That's a name to inspire fear and let 'em know death's on the line. Well, I can see why you'd take that name. You got my seal of approval, not that you need it. Name's Bloodhound. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Loads. But let me tell you just one. So, I'm down at some ass-backwards moon outpost out in the boonies. Got this old feller in my sights who's wanted for thieving from Ryujin and the other big corpos. Now, he don't know I ain't gonna shoot him, but he's itching to do something stupid. Then his kids come out, and his grandkids form a circle around him. Turns out, he's stealing so they can all just have a life. I get it. So I let him go. Far as the corpos know, he's dead. Yep, I got cussed out pretty good. But sometimes, it's worth it to do some good in the verse. Sure, I'm a veritable wealth of information. Anything particular on your mind? Personally, I prefer the diplomatic approach. Just because we're all certified badasses who could easily lay out the toughest spacer punk doesn't mean you're not human. If you ask me, words are a tracker's most effective tool. You'd be surprised how far a little sympathy can take you sometimes. And failing that, most targets are cowards. They don't want to die. Exploit that fact when you can. Now that's a tough one. Depends on the situation. If you can't convince them with words, you may have to rough them up and put the fear of God in them. I suggest you learn as much as you can about human anatomy and physiology. It ain't pretty, but there are many things you can do to a body that ain't lethal, but may cause someone to wish they were. Well, it ain't what I'd call hot tips, but they serve me well. Eat right, stay hydrated, exercise, just stay healthy. Don't hunt if you're sick. Last thing you want is an errant cough or sneeze to give you away when you're trying to use the element of surprise. You got it, Chief. Sure, I don't mind sharing a little about myself, but not too much. I'm no agent number one, but I'm still a tracker. Been a tracker for over 30 years. Before that, I was what you might call a freebooter. I won't tell you what I did, but sure as hell wasn't above board. Well, suffice to say, that life can weigh on your soul. After a few close calls and some introspection, I came to the idea that I could do some good instead. Of course, it's hard to translate those kind of skills to the workforce, so here I am. Always saw to it to bring in my targets alive, in case they have any similar revelations. Yep. Every single time. It ain't too hard when you've lived my life and seen the things I've seen. Folks deserve a second, third, even fourth chance. I'm living proof of that. Tell me, let's say someone puts a bounty on your head that you rightfully didn't deserve, or maybe you slipped up and had a bad day. You think it's right that they get to play executioner? See, you get it. And that's where I stand. I'm hired to bring them in, not decide their fate. Anyway, you're gonna do you, and I won't judge. But don't come crying to me if you can't reckon with your own demons. So long.
You tracked blood in all over my damn floor again earlier.
Yes, that was likely me.
Well, could you not? I'm tired of cleaning up after you. Well, you're a new face. Ain't every day we get fresh meat for the grinder. What do we call you, Tracker? Huh. I hope you do your hunting out there and not in here. Not that I mind the company. What can I get for you, Wraith? Oh, where are my manners? They call me Two-Shot, or even Touche for short. Used to be a tracker in the field like you. But I traded in gunslinging for slinging drinks. I sell drinks to wet your whistle and other provisions you may need out there. So what'll it be? You know it, Sunshine. Who do you want to know about? There's no story there. That's kind of the point with any Agent No One. You gotta give up your identity completely when you become leader of the Trackers. That job comes with a giant target on your back. So, the less people know, the better. Agent No One is like a closed book. If that book were also glued, clamped, chained, and buried underneath an active volcano on the most distant moon of the most distant planet of the furthest star system. Bloodhound's one of the old-timers. He's good people, but I hear that wasn't always the case. I can't say for sure, but based on some of the stories he used to tell, I think he was ex-Fleet. As in the Crimson Fleet. Quite a turn to go from an outlaw to someone who chases outlaws. But the skills transfer pretty well, I imagine. Oh, she's been doing this longer than anyone, I think. She's old, but don't count her out just yet. Rumor is she was next in line for Agent No One, but turned it down after the last one was killed. She even brought the killer to justice. Word is, she just liked fugitive recovery a lot more. Or didn't want the responsibility. I lean more towards the latter. It makes more sense considering she's an agent now. Anyway, they used to say that the longer she bides her time, the more a fugitive has to fear. He talks a big game, even has the skills and stats to back it up. But you probably also know as well as I do that he is fiercely competitive. You can either play into it or ignore it. He's not that bad once you get to know him. You ever wonder why he's called Roach, huh? It's because he seems to be unkillable. Not literally, of course, but he's managed to get himself out of some extremely sticky situations unscathed. He's a big teddy bear. Such a departure from the norm around here. Oh, I also know he's run the Red Mile under his tracker call sign, which may get him into trouble with someone someday, but it's his decision. Oh, he isn't exactly the conversational type. Seems to enjoy the company of others, but not talking to them or interacting with anyone in any meaningful way. We just leave him alone and let him do his thing. He doesn't bother us, and we don't bother him. Other than that, I don't know much about him. Seems to be a good tracker, though. Other than his obsession with death, I don't know much about him. He doesn't exactly open up to others. Everyone says he must have seen or done some pretty terrible things. I don't have anything to go on but that. You know, it takes a lot to make me uncomfortable, and even though he's never done anyone here any harm, or even so much as let anyone down, he still gives me the creeps. Suit yourself. Funny you ask. Most trackers choose their call signs. So did I. Used to be called Solar Flare, but enough people started calling me Two-Shot that it stuck. When I was out there, it never took me more than 2 shots from my firearms to bag my target. Thought I would have given it up once I retired from tracking to have a kid. I pour such strong drinks that now they say it doesn't take any more than 2 shots to down a tracker. So, it's stuck. I'm just happy they decided to keep me on the payroll. Whatever you want, Sunshine. As long as you got a cred steak and a stomach that can handle it.
What can I do you for, young gun?
All that junk you're hauling is seriously slowing you down.
Agent number one? When am I gonna get another assignment? I'm itching to get back out there and track down some bounties.
Now that you are a full-fledged tracker, you must do these things one by one. If you want to hunt a bounty, check the warning display. Partner is passive. Or you could take a bounty.
Ah, right.
I miss
Sorry about
tracking,
that.
but hanging
We're
around
still
here
getting used to
is
everything
just
here.
as good.
Thanks for the clarification. I'll see if there's anything I feel qualified to do.
How about that? We got a new tracker in the building. Name's Stash, and I'm more than just a pretty face. You ever need my help, you can step right over here to my little corner and we can talk shop. Whether it's for business or pleasure, that's up to you. Hey, good luck catching bad guys out there.